Welcome on in to another episode of Movie of the Week. I do not have a graphic for that today, but we are talking about Wallace and Gromit today. Wallace and Gromit is a movie that,
Yay!
of course, they come out with one like every 5 or 6 years. We wait for it very patiently. They're usually amazing. We love them. You love them, I'm sure. And now the latest one, Vengeance Most Foul. I almost said it's Vengeance Be Foul, which maybe Vengeance is foul, but Vengeance Most Foul. That's the name of the new Wallace and Gromit movie. Are you guys excited about it? Have you seen it yet? I have not had a chance to really stream it yet. I'm waiting to watch it with a certain special someone, but maybe later this weekend. What about you guys? I'll start with you, Liz. Did you see the movie? Did you enjoy it?
Sure
Did you like it?
did. I'm looking forward to hearing you falling asleep again while watching a film because you're just so busy. But it's super cute, super creative. I love Wallace and Gromit. They'll always hold a special place in my heart. This does not disappoint. It's the classic Wallace and Gromit that you expect, and it's adorable. So go watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, John, what did you think about Wallace and Gromit? Did you
I
enjoy it?
thought it was really fun. I thought like the message was a little weird. How it was like embrace technology when it's. I feel like most films and movies, whatever, and TV shows are trying to stray away from that. So it's interesting how like Gromit is like throughout the whole thing is like I hate technology, I hate the Norbots, but like by the end it's like glad you're embracing technology, Gromit. So it's like that's a weird message. It's an interesting message. Like, I mean, sure. But I think like maybe they're trying to do like a balance sort of thing of like technology and not. I loved, Feathers McGraw in this. Fucking great. I will say one of the biggest laughs from me, it's like when it was the boat chase scene at the end where it was the nun gag that made me laugh out loud. Like I that was genuinely really funny. But most of it was like not like oh my god, ha 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 ha, really funny. But like again, it's like Wallace and Gromit is just like it's just a British institution at this point. Not my favorite
It is.
British institution, as we all know. But it's just like Wallace and Gromit is just one of those things you can't help but love. Like, I genuinely would not trust anyone who doesn't like Wallace and Gromit. Like, that's like they're just so it's just so endlessly adorable and wholesome and likable that you can't. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I think like it kind of feels like to me, it's like about 80 minutes long. But it definitely feels like an elongated short than a movie, you know? I will say that's probably the biggest flaw for me. Like I felt that the pacing was off because of that. Like in terms of movies, like big movies, I think Curse of the Were-Rabbit is better because I mean that was by DreamWorks. It was bigger, more lavish, more cinematic. Even though it was still by Aardman, it was produced by DreamWorks. So and it did get the one of the few times Disney slash Pixar did not win Best Animated Feature. So I really liked a lot of aspects of this, and I think it's really fun. I prefer Curse of the Were-Rabbit a bit more. That Curse of the Were-Rabbit is one of those things where it's like, oh, I thought this was a dumb thing I liked as a kid, but I was watching clips of it before this came out, and there was like and I'm remembering a lot of stuff from that movie, and I'm like, it's so funny. It's so funny. And it's one of those cases where it's yes, I agree. How do you feel about Wallace and Gromit? Never watched it. Okay, well,
Boom.
off
Out.
you go.
Out.
But I mean, the guy who replaced the original voice actor for Wallace did a very good job. I mean, the animation still looks great, and I thought Norbot was cute, but like also like perfectly evil. And then Feathers McGraw is great, just the silent, like just menace. How do you fucking make a penguin look so goddamn menacing? Just brilliant. And he's barely in the movie. I really liked that. I'm like, I was watching it and I'm like, this is what Lex Luthor should be. Just a guy who can do everything from a jail cell and pretty much get away with it. That was just awesome. And I liked Mukherjee. I thought she was, oh my god, she was great. I love that character. and plenty of laughs, plenty of fun. It's Wallace and Gromit. Like anybody who knows Wallace and Gromit, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. It's just perfectly. It's not like perfect, but it is perfect. Like I don't know if I'm making sense with that, but it's perfectly Wallace and Gromit. And I got what I wanted from out of this movie, and I really enjoyed it.
I mean, what did
So
you
Yeah,
think, Liz?
super cute, super cute. Well, like I said, it's super cute. It's classic Wallace and Gromit. I just love how creative they always get with the inventions, and you never know where the story is going to go. And I really enjoyed it. It just brings back that nostalgia that warms your heart. It's like when I watch Paddington, I feel the exact same way.
exactly, that's another British institution kind of thing.
There's another one
I
coming
need
this
I need
year.
to binge the
Yep, I can't
Paddington
wait.
movies before Paddington in Peru because I
They're
definitely want to
so
watch
sweet.
that.
I can't wait. They're great.
It's fucking Pedro Pascal's character in fucking Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Like Nick Cage was like, I don't know how you identify
It's the,
like a greatest movie of all time. You got to
it's the
think of this.
greatest movie trilogy of all time.
So
Yeah.
what would you think is the greatest movie of all time?
It will be
Paddington 2.
That's
Paddington
right.
too.
Like that was like one of the best gags in that movie. But yeah, that's just because I love that's like again kind of like a Superman story where it's like not exactly that, but a character that's perfect, but because of his perfection, like the people around him develop and grow. There's a name for that type of arc. I forget what there's a name for it. Again, it's been a while since I went to college, so I don't remember the exact name for it, but there's like different arcs you can go on, the reverse arc, the call to adventure, like a whole different types of things. But there's the perfection arc where it's you recognize that the main character is perfect. It's not like, oh, this person's imperfect, but they actually act perfect, like like Ray in the new Star Wars movies. So where it's like, oh, it's a Gary Stu or a Mary Sue, where it's like they act like they're not perfect, but they're actually really perfect. This character is more like they're just kind of like Forrest Gump is another good one where it's just like they
Yep.
kind of just fall into everything, but like everything works out for them. But it's the people around them that uh, it's the people honka honka Caleb. It's the people around them that grow from them, and like deserving, definitely deserving. It has a higher tomato score than Better Man. Go fuck you, monkey. Anyway, but yeah, I think yeah, it's just perfectly, Wallace and Gromit, Paddington. It kind of has that vibe. So yes, thank you, the watcher. But yeah, very very brill, very brill.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's as British as anything gets. The movie did get an early release in the UK, as a lot of movies that have like just British roots. Like it's a British franchise. Like I remember back in the day when they were making Mr. Bean movies, they would come out in the UK before they came out in the US. And similarly, Wallace and Gromit: Avengers Most Foul was released by I think it's Universal making it. They put it out in theaters in the UK around Christmas time, and then a few weeks later it shows up on Netflix. Now you can watch it on Netflix pretty much across the world. And for those of us in the US, it's time now that we can get into the movie. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet myself, but when you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, 100%. It's perfect score with over 100 reviews, and the audience rating is 94. It's amazing. I mean, it's a movie on Netflix. I mean, the Netflix getting their hands on this one, it's fantastic for them. And also, there were rumors that this might be the last Wallace and Gromit movie. I mean, Johnny, do you think this is indeed the last one that we're gonna get?
No, I thought it was going to be, but Aardman clarified that they found clay and then they'll find like another like supplier of the clay that they use,
Okay.
which is another thing like to point out. Claymation, stop motion, always like no matter how bad the movie is, like stop motion, like that'll always get me. That'll like even if
Yeah.
I don't love the movie, like some of the Leica films, not great, like Box Trolls and Missing Link, not amazing movies, but it's like the fact that it's stop motion and claymation and all that, whatever you want to call it. It's that's always very. It's kind of speaks to me like just how much passion and work went into the film of like
Yeah.
doing that by hand, doing it in the traditional way. I think that's very special, and I really like that as well.
Yeah. I mean, Liz, from your perspective, do you think this is a franchise that can, I don't know, keep on going just pretty much forever? It's also like, because they're claymation movies, you're making something that's claymation for a feature length, story. It takes them 5 or 6 years. I mean, how many more do you think they've got in them? Like, it's not
Yeah,
like a big studio that's got thousands of people working on this. Do you
yeah.
expect there to be more theatrical versions? Do you think eventually they're just gonna replace? Because really the magic is in the claymation, but do you think they're gonna ever replace it with like something that looks like claymation but is really just animated?
I mean, I can see the technology going that way. Of course, it's up to the discretion of the creators if they want to do that or if they want to continue making these films the way they have been. Before I saw that Rotten Tomatoes score, I thought maybe they were kind of falling off and out of favor. But I mean, again, these just hold so much nostalgia for people that anytime there is a new iteration, people are going to want to just go check it out, and because they just make you feel good. There's never a bad time when you're sitting down in front of a Wallace and Gromit flick. So I hope that they continue on. I don't know how much longer they will, but I hope they do for just for a little bit longer. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, this is the first one that we've gotten like a good 6 or 7 years, right? So, I mean, if they can keep up with it, why not, get more? Of course, we've now got Caleb and Antonio in the chat, so hello, you guys have joined just in time. We do still have DCU Daily to get through, so we will definitely be getting into that soon. I would just, finish off the review by asking you guys, having seen the movie, do you guys recommend it? I mean, the Watcher saying ditch the Oscars, stay home and watch Wallace and Gromit. I mean, you know. Um, but by the way, John, we got Hugo Millie in the chat. You could say hello if you want to smolder. We'll let you smolder
Hello.
for a little bit.
How you doing? Getting some double stroking action. There it is. Unfortunately, I cut my beard, so it's not quite as long, but I hope it's good for you as it is for me. In the words of Eric Andre, acting like Hannibal Buress, I'm a sex symbol. Anyway,
Yep.
Speaking of sex symbol, Wallace, everybody. I also love how, like, when they were going through their bills, they just have Wallace. There's no last name.
Yeah.
That was another that got a good laugh out of me too.
There it is.
We're just adding to this, like, guys. We're gonna make like a book, like a little pocket book of the great wisdom of the wisdom of the great John, and then you can just get all these quotes in there. Like, they'll be like, you flip a page, and in the center in small text will be like double stroking action. They'll just look like little quotes that you can then just use in your day-to-day life, because of course it's wisdom from the great John. That's for the shop whenever we do launch that. Fiona saying Wallace, unlimited British sex symbol, ultimate British sex symbol.
Him and Colin Baker are the pinnacle of British sex symbols.
Yep.
Just saying. So
I mean,
Yep.
like you said, the penguin's pretty badass in this, and
I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about.
No,
Colin
I knew you.
Farrell for
I
a
knew you
second.
were talking about Colin Farrell. No. I knew you were talking about. No, I'm talking about Feathers McGraw here. He's got a little smolder action going on to him too. Gets a lot done without many words. So
Cheese, Gromit. Anyway.
Jeez, Gromit. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. The
Wednesday
Watcher, by the way, you
Vale.
might have scared the Watcher, John, with all that beard stroking. Anyway, the Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. You can see it on Netflix now. It is available wherever you are. I believe it is available on Netflix pretty much everywhere around the world. But Ron, let us know if it's not available to you in Canada. Then we will try to find it for you elsewhere. But in the meantime, of course, both Liz and John do recommend it. You don't even have to go to a movie theater to watch it. So let us know in the comments if you liked Wallace and Gromit. Having now heard the
Recommend.
reviews,
2 thumbs up, guys.
2 thumbs up, double stroking action, as John said. So, and why don't you just grab yourself a little bit of cheese and sit by the warmth of some not. Okay, I was gonna say warmth of a fire, but in light of events in LA, let's not say that. But maybe just grab yourself, a little chunk of cheese and maybe a glass of milk, and then sit by, your loved ones, your friends and family, and check out Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. We don't get these many, very often. They come out every 5-6 years because it takes so long to make. But you know what? When they do put them out, they're fantastic. So we hope that you enjoy the movie. And if you did, then let us know in the comments down below and hit that like button while you're at it. So that way we know that you did enjoy it and we can get this review out in front of more people who can hopefully then go and check out the movie as well.